Davies will tell you what's happening here tonight. He's a good man and has done everything he can for me. I suppose there's some other good men here too, only they don't seem to realize what they're doing. They're the ones I feel sorry for.
These fellows will go along.
Interesting facts about famous people.
Accurate Westerns, or are they? Based on my viewers' feedback, I have decided to add this new video on the theme. If you think a Western has been forgotten, please take a look at my other videos on the theme in my channel. I begin with a disclaimer. Some of the Westerns have elements of authenticity and reality. I don't think any fictional movie on any subject can be 100% true to the subject, even those based on true stories. Many versions of the truth can often be found. Especially as the times these movies were set in, there was no way to document the reality of the era. Sources, such as literature, some very early photos and illustrations were common references. That having been said, let's try and celebrate a great genre and take some facts with a grain of salt. If you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel as well. I appreciate it. Let's get into it. Dirty Little Billy, 1972. A more realistic, based on reality, unsensationalistic portrayal of the gritty early years of one of the most famous Wild West outlaws in history, Billy the Kid. Set in Coffeyville, Kansas, the film was influenced by the darker, more sinister style of spaghetti westerns and offered a unique insight into the beginnings of the titular Notorious Outlaw. It is notable for Nick Nolte's film debut, along with a background appearance for experimental filmmaker-artist William Alt.
You don't say. Cock it, you got cocked. Good. Okay, careful now.
Goldie, I'm warning you. If he's in, I'm out.
Okay, squeeze one off. This kid is a friend of mine.
Get my gun, Lou, my gun! Hold it!
My gun, you little
Shoot him, Bill! Shoot it!
Shoot him, kid! Shoot him, kid!
Shoot him!
He ain't shooting nobody.
Will Penny, 1967. An aging cowpoke takes a line rider job on a vast cattle ranch, requiring him to keep trespassers and squatters moving until they're off the property. Ironically, he discovers that the mountain cabin reserved for the line rider has been appropriated by Catherine Allen and her young son, Horace, whose guide has deserted them en route to Oregon to join Catherine's husband.
One of the boys here will tell you how to get up to the old shack. It's 3 or 4 days' ride. Now, is there anything else?
No more. Any money you figure I got coming for my time, give it to Miss Allen, the boy.
Meek's Cutoff, 2010. The year is 1845, the earliest days of the Oregon Trail. A wagon team of 3 families has hired the mountain man, Stephen Meek, to guide them over the Cascade Mountains, claiming to know a shortcut. Meek leads the group on an unmarked path across the high plain desert, only to become lost in the dry rock and sage. Over the coming days, the immigrants must face the scourges of hunger, thirst, and their own lack of faith in each other's instincts for survival. When a Native American wanderer crosses their path, the immigrants are torn between their trust in a guide who has proven himself unreliable and a man who has always been seen as the enemy. The Long Riders, 1980. After the American Civil War, outlaw Jesse James forms a gang composed of himself, his brother Frank James, Cole Younger and his two brothers, Jim Younger and Bob Younger, as well as Ed Miller and his brother Clell Miller. The gang is led by Jesse James and Cole Younger. The gang starts by robbing small banks and stagecoaches in the Midwest and in their home state of Missouri. Later, the gang targets bigger prizes, such as large banks and trains. This criminal activity attracts the attention of the railroad company owners, who hire the Pinkerton Detective Agency to capture the gang.
For robbing banks and trains, man.
What do you think your chances are of bringing them in?
It's an amazingly stupid question.
Wait for him to come out.
People say they got one of the Youngers.
People say they got the wrong Younger.
Black Robe, 1991. 1634, New France. Nearing the onset of winter, French Jesuit priest Father Laforge, one of the younger ones in the settlement, founded by explorer Samuel de Champlain, is embarking on a journey estimated to be 1,500 miles, largely by canoe, to discover what happened to the missionary settlement meant to convert the Huron to Christianity. Accompanied by non-Jesuit labourer Daniel, who hopes, from this experience, to be able to work towards being ordained upon returning to France, and a tribe of Algonquins who are acting as his guides, not only in navigation and geography, but arguably more importantly, liaising with other indigenous tribes they will ultimately encounter along the way.
A story of love, faith,
when I die, Jimmy, I will go to paradise. Let me baptize you and you will go there also.
and loss of faith.
Help me.
Black Robe.
What can we say to people who think their dreams are the real world? This one is an illusion.
Hatfield and McCoy's 2012, the story of the feud that nearly launched a war between Kentucky and West Virginia. Devil, Ance Hatfield, and Randall McCoy were close friends until near the end of the Civil War, when they returned to their homes. Hatfield in West Virginia and McCoy in Kentucky. To increasing tensions and misunderstandings that quickly led to all-out warfare between the clans, partially caused by a stolen pig. The hostilities grow and outside forces become involved in the fight. The states where the families live are brought to the brink of another war, as the feud makes international headlines. The states' governors clash, and the US Supreme Court eventually intervenes.
I said me.
You helped murder my entire family?
All this bloodshed and killing has got to stop.
Face your final day!
This family's blood.
Damn! God be damned!
So when's it end?
When there's no blood left to be spilled!
Westward the Women, 1951. In a time when the West pretty much ends in Texas, and only California is slowly being populated by the white men, there's a severe lack of women among the workers on Roy Whitman's John McIntyre farm in the California Valley. So he goes back east to Chicago to recruit 150 women willing to become wives for his employees. From the candidates, he selects 138 who seem able to survive a months-long journey across the Great American Desert and the Rocky Mountains.
See what you started?
It wasn't her fault. It could have happened.
What do you mean it wasn't her fault? Who fired that gun? Roy was out of his mind to sign you on, you and your partner. From now on, Dan, on, stick close to your wagon. Where'd you think you were going?
I didn't care.
Well, let's get back.
But you did.
Did what?
Came after me.
MGM brings you an unexplored savage wilderness, never before photographed, right in the continental.
The Oxbow Incident, 1942. Two drifters are passing through a western town when news comes in that a local farmer has been murdered and his cattle stolen. The townspeople, joined by the drifters, form a posse to catch the perpetrators. They find 3 men in possession of the cattle and are determined to see justice done on the spot.
With your permission, gentlemen, we'll wait till daylight.
Aren't you even going to tell us what we're accused of? Rustling. Ever hear of it? Rustling.
And murder.
Murder.
You got any doubts, Teddy? I say let's call off this party.
This is only slightly any of your business, my friend. Remember that?
Hanging's any man's business that's around.
Even in this godforsaken country, I've got a right to a trial.
You're getting a trial that 28 are the only kind of judges
Every
murder.
man is entitled to a fair trial.
Go for you. You got to go there by yourself. Oh, you got to stand before your maker. You got to stand there by yourself. Nobody here can stand for you.
Paint Your Wagon, 1969. A Michigan farmer and a prospector form a partnership in the California gold country. Their adventures include buying and sharing a wife, hijacking a stage, kidnapping 6 prostitutes, and turning their mining camp into a boomtown. Along the way, there is plenty of drinking, gambling, and singing. They even find time to do some creative gold mining. Good for Nothing, 2011. A young English woman is immigrating to her uncle's ranch, but is kidnapped on the way by a rugged outlaw who discovers a problem he never knew he had, leading them on a wild ride across the West.
Hi, I'm a doctor. Got me a woman that ain't working. Need you to fix it.
A tracker. I never said I was good.
We try acupuncture. A witch?
She's not just a woman to you.
You disgust me.
Pity you have to tie her up to keep her around.
Ain't there yet.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.